All right. Let's do this. What do we got here? Slow NQ. Let me make sure I got my MNQ ready to go for tonight. Yep. This MNQ, yeah. All right, what do we got? We got a little consolidation. Oh, a nasty consolidation zone from this morning, right? Been playing out throughout the night now. I'm going to start a little. Well, let me wait for the top of this channel and I'll start shorting this. Actually, I'll start with one mini right now. I'm going to start building a position. Hopefully we get a little bounce here and I'll start building a position to the downside of this channel, of this price range. I'm a little late to the party, but let's see if this descending channel plays out. And we'll probably get a little bit of up and down. If we come up above this and pop out, I'll stop out. But let's see if I can build a couple more micros around this area for a stronger pullback. Got to keep in mind we are range bound. We've been range bound since this morning, literally right after, wow, 8 a.m. my time. I didn't do much this morning in terms of trading, but clearly we've been in a little consolidation zone there. So that's what we got going. How much is this range? Oh my God, 15, 20 points. All right. So it looks like we're not going to have too much of fireworks tonight. Let's see if we can come up here a little bit and I can enter with some more micros. Actually, let me entertain. Did I do a market buy or a market? Okay, sell. Good. I want to short. So let's get another micro in here. My dead stop would probably be around the 73, 75 area. So in other words, I suspect we're going to start coming down within this channel, and I'm going to trade that channel. A little late to the party. I should have entered up here, but I was getting set up with OBS, and let's see if we can get a little pop to this area again, and I'll entertain some more micros and build it to the way down. If we come all the way down and break out of that channel, then I got to close somewhere down here, and I'm just not in full position. It is what it is. Good evening to everyone. I could tell it's slow. That other JC, how you doing? Lost in space. Yeah, it's a little slow. Let's see if I can get a range to range play, but I'm not going to enter with full position in the middle of this descending channel. I'd like to come back up here and build it. If we start popping out, then I'll probably set a stop somewhere around here, around the 78, 80 area. So let's see. That other JC, you're in a long? Well, it could go either way, right? You could look at it as we're going to pop out of this. This descending channels, bull flags, don't short bull flags. I'm technically shorting a bull flag. So I could see your long playing out. It all depends on, will we get more momentum to the downside of this price range that we've been in since this morning? Have we tested? I just turned everything on. Have we tested this during the after hours? So we came down, tested the bottom, we ramped up, and we're coming back down. I'd say we need to test that a little bit. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to happen now. We can bump all the way up here and then come back down. But let's see what we get tonight. Good evening to everyone. It is slow, huh? Just can't win with this market and its slowness. To JC's long, I'm hoping for this to pop up here so I can get into a stronger position. Now, if your long starts playing out, we start breaking out of this, then yeah, I gotta cut my stop somewhere around here. Probably cut it around 78.80 as a hard stop. Or I mean, I'm doing micro, so I can be flexible and set the top of this range as the hard stop and go for a stronger flush to the downside. So it ain't moving, so it's not like it's gonna be $1 million loss or $1 million win. Yeah, this price range is nasty this morning, huh? We came up, set all-time high, and then got stuck in this range for the rest of the day. Yeah, I noticed that all-time high, 289. But you know what they say, all-time high set during the overnight doesn't count. That's just bots. All right, let's see if this market gives us anything tonight. Today, yeah, I could tell it was right. I didn't get any trades in the morning session. I gave up after an hour. I missed this whole grind to the upside. Actually, let me see. Can I show you? How do I show you guys NQ? Because it's not going to show my entries on MNQ because I traded minis. I'll try that a little later. And then I turned it on towards power hour to get some trades in. I did capture one of these shorts. So I think I walked out with like 400 or something like that. But forgot what I captured. Somewhere around here, I did capture a short in the afternoon. But it was nasty. I mean, look at this. Check my NQ. So hold on. Link. Red. There we go. Yeah, there's that short right there, captured at the top of that. That was pretty much it. I traded this during the morning session. This was just too slow. I was like a deer with headlights staring market price action just go up. All right, we're back to MNQ. Let's see if we get my second entry there. Jesus Morales, thank you for subscribing, brother. Welcome to the stream. King Caesar. Oh, King Caesar, you were playing it? Nice. Yeah, I don't do well with those grinds up. It was slow, just slow, consistent move up. And it got me. I didn't trade. I came in the afternoon though, power hour, and got some trades in and walked out with like I think $400, but wasn't the price action I like for sure. I was asleep and got lucky. King Scalper. Yeah, I thought about it afterwards. I was like, you know what? Next time these grinds on the way up, I'm gonna set up like micros on that channel because it was literally an ascending channel that just played out, and I'm just gonna do every pullback at a micro, at a micro. I'm done watching slow grinds and just watching it go up all the way on me and missing it. Got to get used to slower price action. This morning was just frustrating. All right, so we're trying to build a position on this range. I'm going to trade the range. In other words, hoping for a range to range trade. We are in this descending channel, so I do suspect a little pop up, right? We came back down. I got a little entry here. We're going to go back up, potentially test here. I'll enter here. My stop, in other words, this short is done, is probably like around 80. And hopefully I can get something like this to the downside. All right, let's see if that 200 SMA does what it's been doing every week to me, which is hold. I need that 200 to hold. I mean, you can come up here. I'll add a couple more micros up here. But I came a little late to the party. My entries should have been up here somewhere, targeting this, but I got here late. Now, if this is the bounce, in other words, we've tested this area of consolidation, this area of consolidation, and this is as low as we're going to go on this wave, and we're just going to bounce here, then I'll have to clip it. In other words, a hard stop. I mean, these are micros. I can probably extend it up to the 80 area and not cause a heart attack. That's if this area becomes the support, right? Consolidation, consolidation, resistance became support on this move up. So see what happens. King Caesar, $1,500 payout. Nice. With my loss from yesterday morning, I just pushed my Apex payout request probably another 4 or 5 days. I was hoping to get a payout request today. I recovered a little bit yesterday. I recovered a little bit today in the morning session, but definitely my Apex payout request is now on hold till, well, I'm not going to be able to submit a payout request till next week. So it is what it is. What you going to do, NASDAQ moved real. I mean, this was ugly today. It was a 20, 25 point range. Let's call it 30 points. Ugh, that was a nasty range for most of the rest of the day after the move to all-time high. See if she pops here. I don't mind adding some more micros here. She does pop. That's if she pops, then I'll try to grab until we get out of the range. My mind is range bound, so I'll play this range to the downside. If it starts happening here, then I'll have to ride with what I got. I arrived a little late and obviously should have built the position up here, but trying to capture some of it. Either way, it ain't moving. It ain't going to the moon or to the floor anytime soon. Give me 1 second, guys. Need some AC in here. Let me turn my AC on. Or higher. It's cooking in here. Be cooking. Here we go. All right. All right, she's going for that top now. So a couple things can go wrong with my trade. This resistance became support. We came back and tested it. If it becomes support, then I'm only adding to a losing trade and I'll have to cut it somewhere up here. If we're just playing this range very slow and we'll come back and test the high, grab a couple of my micros and come back down, then I'm good. It all depends if this is a breakout, holding this area that was support, resistance as the support for now. We're going to push up, or we got to break down. We'll see. We have attempted now to break out of this channel, which is not good, at least temporarily. But it ain't moving that bad where I gotta cry. All right, let me be a little more aggressive on this short. Oh, JC, you're making some money on this long. All right, that's a pop right there. See if it's the breakout or the fake. If not, I'll have to flip and look for a pullback for a log. King Caesar is in with 3 micros long. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to come back and test this area up here. If we blow through, then yeah, I got to clip my trade. I'll be in with 3 micros at that point. Not the end of the world, but we'll see. See if I can get one more in before it fades out. got a little more push to it. I think it's got another 10 points of a push before a fade. Maybe not. So basically what I'm playing here is how do I do this? Hold on. Oh, it's on this side. God damn it, nothing's working today. Who do I add? Sorry, this is my MNQ chart, and it's not giving me what I want. I want that. Here we go. So we're looking at something like I can get in position a little higher if the how do I extend this? If I can get in position a little higher, then I'll add micros to it. If it happens here, then I'm just playing the range at this point. So that's what we're looking at. That's assuming this area is not the support for the bounce to the upside. You got pivot point at 280. 280 around here. This is where the initial rejection happened. If the 200 SMA here holds on the longs, then we'll have further upside, and I have to clip it somewhere around 280, 285 as a hard stop. Let's see how it plays out. Moving slow, so we're not going to make a ton either. That other JC warming up some dinner. See a little bit. Oh man, this snail pace, huh? Just goes nowhere. I don't have music going on today, do I? Let me put some royalty-free YouTube hits. Can't put whatever I want to listen to because of copy striking. So I got to deal with royalty-free music. I got to figure out how other YouTubers use commercial music and not get dinged. But I've seen them use like one song very quick and that's it. Lost in Space 105. Oh man. Yeah, it's going to be brutal tonight. With this price action, I might as well set a stop at 24,000 and just play short. I mean, what are the odds? This is we're gonna do a lot of talking tonight from what it looks like. All right, if you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. See what NQ does tonight. She's not playing nice. He is not playing nice. All right, we got our royalty-free background music going. Has NQ done anything? So basically what I'm trying to play is the range, right? I got in a little late. The entry would have been here for a nice short for range to range. If we break out of this range and close above and we break out, then I'll have to consider clipping around 80 or I can even play the top of this. It's not going to kill me with micros. 80 or 85 as a final stop on this. Or that's the pivot point. Yeah, I mean, 85, that area should be the hard stop. That would mean we're breaking out of that pivot point and potentially a stronger move to the upside in the overnight. I'm playing the range to range, and hopefully we either pop up a little bit and come back down for the short, or if we use this area that's been resistance, support throughout the morning session, this level right here is pretty critical. Let me this level right here is a sneaky little level that has been playing from the morning, right? We topped, resistance, became a little bit of support on this move, then became resistance, tried to be support, resistance, tried to be support, resistance, tried to be support, and we're back. Is it going to become now support and give the final push up? But this little range, sneaky little level right here. What is that? 65 to 70 is the level of the night, or for most of the day. Can the bulls hold it above, or are we going to take another resistance move to the downside, which is what I'm gambling on here in terms of my short? We'll see. It's holding, right? It is becoming support. They tried to flush it below that, came right back up. Now we're testing this level again. If we start building some basing to the upside, then again, I'll have to stop out somewhere around 85, this area. If we reject this level again and we start coming to the bottom of this range, then I'm just not in full position, but I'll grab some profit down here. Could go either way though. with this price action, you know, I don't think we're looking at a strong loss either way. Yeah, Lost in Space. I think it's, you know, he grabs a song or a couple of songs and they kind of become part of his stream. So I'm thinking he's paying royalties on that. But you'll see most streamers do not use background music or use the boring royalty-free music that YouTube provides, which you're hearing in the background right now. Now, he's also at another level where he may be able to get some licenses on the content that he uses. Or he may be, actually, we can find out. He may have non-monetized his stream. So hold on. Check if YouTube video is monetized, which I may do actually. Obviously, this is a monetized stream, monetized channel, but that doesn't mean I have to live stream monetized. See if that's the trick. Hold on. At his level, non-monetizing a stream, that's pretty gutsy. At my level, who cares? Barely have 3K subs. So I wouldn't, if that's what he's doing, then I don't mind turning off monetization on a live stream. Hold on. All right, this is a live stream 12 hours ago. Let's check. If you're a monetized YouTube channel or whether it's a video, a long form video, or live streaming, you will get copyright strike anytime. Even if it's like a little volume, you're playing the radio in the background, you'll get a copyright strike. He may be getting away with it by not monetizing the live stream portion. Of course, all the video or other content is monetized, but maybe you're right. Maybe that's the trick. I'm checking right now. Huh. It's not true. So maybe I'll have to watch his video for today. His video today was monetized. So that means he could not have had good music playing in the background. Oh, look at this. Due to a third-party claim on audio or footage within this video, ad revenue might be shared with third parties. So that's what happens. He loses the entire monetization of that video with just a minor clip, which I guess in his case, he's just saying, you know what, I don't care. Video contains advertisements, but the ad shown won't be premium ads. The video region is restricted. Okay. Well, thanks for the tidbit. But now we know that he is getting, in other words, he is getting a copyright strike, which is what I don't want. You got to be careful with those. Anyways, back to trading. All right. That's true. Like I said, at his level, he probably doesn't care. Now, it's not the monetization that I care about. It's the copyright strike. After 3 strikes on YouTube, you are out. So I'm assuming when he monetizes his channel, he doesn't put the tracks, because clearly you'll get a strike. If it's non-monetized, then I guess you can play any audio you want. Anyways, let's come back to the stream. What are we up? Oh God, we're losing $8 and we're not going anywhere. Yeah, YouTube proceeds are peanuts. I don't think most YouTubers worry about the monetization part on live streaming. It's more of avoiding copyright strikes. All right, let's see what we got. Let's come back to the chart. So if you're just tuning in, trying to build a short position around this range, targeting the bottom of this range. If we start popping up, I'm giving it one more micro up here and a potential dead stop. I mean, it's micros and it's not moving much, so I can probably give it the top of this as the dead stop, 290. If we're really going to rally tonight. Otherwise, I'm playing the bottom of this channel as the target. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that likes. If you're enjoying the content, right? Smash that like, smash that subscribe. I live stream New York every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And this week, oh, tonight's the last night, right? This week I did live stream every day, Monday through Thursday night, the Asia. So maybe we'll come back next week again, 6:15 p.m. Eastern for the Asia. Oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's Friday. Man, time flies. So tomorrow I'll be on at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Trading nasty NASDAQ. The other JC is a little more lenient. Even if you don't like the stream, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Help the guy out. He barely has 2,000 subs. Help me out here. King Caesar, I think he's still got. The only thing is we're at a pivot point, right? I'm playing the pivot point as rejection. The pivot point could be the bounce, right? Could go either way. Either way, the points that I'm risking here, even if I close at 90, you know, it's not going to be the end of the world for me. So if we do take this, in other words, if we do reject here, then my target will be, let me just make sure I'm doing target. Yep. I'll target this area down here. I won't get too aggressive because then I may miss it. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go down range to range, but I could see that this was support, this area was support, maybe something like that for now. But we'll monitor it. It's not moving quick enough to worry about it. Let's see if there's any juicy gossip on X. We got plenty of time tonight. This thing ain't moving. Whether I win or lose. Whether I lose, it's going to be minimal. Whether I win, it's going to be minimal. Let's see if there's any news out there. Anything interesting. Payouts. Oh, there's that dude. There's that dude at the, what is it, a concert, and he was cheating on his wife, and he was caught on the cam. That's been all over the news. It's funny. And they've already identified the guy, the mistress, the poor guy's wife. That story is hilarious. All right, nothing juicy on X other than that story, but I'm sure you guys have seen or heard about it already. Oh my God, the memes on this CEO are hilarious. That poor guy. I think they're gonna. Divorce is definitely in play. Is this the video? Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Oh no. Oh, that's right. I'm on my live stream. My other videos won't play. All right, back to streaming. Okay, so this is the range to range that I'm trying to play here. Looks like it's starting to break down. Let's see if we get the full play to the downside. I was not able to get into full position. I was looking to add stronger pop up here and add a little bit more. If we go all the way down, then the play that I'm looking for is just down here. I was hoping to grab some more micros, but it is what it is. We're not moving much. Okay, so we came back. Now we're testing this initial flush. See if we pick up some speed here. If this is just a trap, strap some shorts, and then we bounce, then we're back to where we started. Lost in space. If you got 300 bucks with this market, man, you're golden. You're good. This is peanuts the way it's moving. I mean, we just saw what, a 5-point flush. We're all getting excited, zoomed in. Yeah, man. If you got your 300 bucks with this slow market and you're in the green and you're happy about it, walk away, brother. Turn it off. Grab yourself a drink, whatever that is, water, tea, the good stuff, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Shark trends. You trade the 2-second chart. I watched the 10-second chart. I think Caesar trades the King Caesar. What second chart are you on? All right, come on, flush, baby, flush. Flush so we can end this trade pretty early today. So now we know this little 65 to 70 is a strong level for both support and resistance. We could have another test of this level and it has to hold as resistance for the downside. Otherwise, we'll break right through and potentially pop further up. You execute on the 2-second. Very nice. Yeah, I watched the 10-second when I'm trading New York. In other words, I have the 1 minute and the 10-second side by side. That's how I trade New York session. But I do have the 5, the 15, and the 30 on a different screen. So similar to probably what you're talking about, lost in space, not lost in space, shark trends. This is my New York setup. 1 minute and a 10-second. That's why I'm showing the 1 minute, because I'm so used to. But yeah, you guys are, somebody's probably on the stream watching it like, why is he on the 1 minute during Asia? Yeah, it should be on the 5 minute. It's just what I'm used to. I'm used to trading the 1 minute. But there's no need to be on the 1 minute during the after hours with this price action. For Asia, I'm watching this. This is 5, 15, and 30. And obviously, I'm playing the rejection of this pivot point. So 2 different setups for 2 different sessions. But whether you're trading second charts, minute charts, hour charts, we need momentum. Tonight we're going to be talking. Ay, 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 this is painful. But if you're enjoying the stream, if you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. No, the 10-second, you're looking for fading of plays for scalping. In other words, of course it's an indicator, right? It's not always, it's going to get it right sometimes, it's going to get it wrong sometimes. But you're looking for reversals. Two-second shark trends. We got time tonight. How do you use the 2-second? If you don't mind me asking, from a fellow scalper, because listen, I love scalping. I'm curious to hear your strategy on the 2-second. Maximum strength. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you hopping in to say hello. Yeah, I'm live streaming now. This is week 4. I mainly live stream New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. But I've been doing Asia session this week every day. So I'm going to do a combination. I think it's going to be 9:15 a.m. Eastern New York and 9:15 p.m. Eastern Asia. And you guys are still going to get my content. If you're new to the channel or new to the stream, I mainly post videos on prop firm updates, prop firm drama, and all that good stuff. And more recently, I started to do the live streaming. So that's my story. But welcome to the stream, Maximum Strength. Thanks for tuning in. Shark trends. Why is my chat not open up here? Okay, here we go. I have a vortex chart I made that gives amazing levels, and I take those levels and add an anchored VWAP and watch to see what the levels are valid or not. Cool. It's all about finding the strategy that works for you with your style, your personality. King Caesar, you're on a second chart. How many seconds is your chart? Are you on the 5-second or 15? Oh, King Caesar's on the 1-second. I know he likes that. He's a scalper, man. We got to get that daily dose of crack, NASDAQ. Oh, man, I can't say that because then YouTube will think I'm discussing something else. I got a nasty NASDAQ. I got to be careful with what I say. It's all right, brother. We're all addicted. Oh, man, here I go. Another word. I just used one bad word, and then I used another one. Then I'll end the stream, and I'll get a little note from YouTube. Dude, what are you talking about? We're going to have to review your content. Well, we're going nowhere. Yeah, yeah, but he's also a couple 100,000 subs ahead of me. So at that point, YouTube doesn't care. When you're a little guy, you'd be surprised the notifications you get. I'm like, what? I know other YouTubers do this. Why am I getting a note? Addicted to the charts. What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. For anybody new to the stream, do me a favor. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. As that other JC would say, if you're not liking the content, smash that like, smash that subscribe, and help me out with the YouTube algo. We're moving snail pace tonight. We're trying to get a short to move, but whether we lose today or we win today, it ain't going to be much. 1 second with the 1 minute? Yeah, I do the 1 minute with the 10 second. I wonder what using the 1 minute chart. So hold on. Let's see what that looks like. Let me bring this in. We got a lot of time tonight, guys. We can talk forever tonight. So this is the 1 minute with the 10 second that I use for nasty NASDAQ in the morning. Hold on. Oh, for some reason this was changed. So hold on. This is what it looks like on the 10 second, right? So I'm looking for these levels to fade out. And let's see what it looks like on a 1 second for King Caesar. God damn! How do you trade this, Caesar? All right, let me put it back to 10 seconds. All right. Yeah, I only use Quantower for basic levels for my 1 hour and 4 hour. I don't do it on this chart. On this side, I'm looking at Quantower 1 hour and 4 hour levels that I draw every day. And those are the levels that I watch. I have caught myself in the New York stream, though. Even though I have certain levels, I'm starting to either front run it or just make up levels as I go. So I got to get back very strict. I got to get back to stricter entries on levels versus trying to predict where the market is moving, which is, I've noticed it's cost me a couple of trades lately. The 1 second on Project X. Yeah, man. That's another level. All right, so we did come back and test this level twice now, right? We talked about the 65 to 70, and it is looking like it's holding as support. So I think the bulls are trying to build some type of push to the upside here, which, you know, I'll give it another micro up here, but I do have to cut it at 90. If they hold this level, right, support here, resistance, 65-70 area has played out even coming from the New York session, right? Resistance, resistance, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. They tried to pop it up. Resistance, resist, support, support, right? So now they're trying to build the 65-70 area as support, right? Support here. We came back, tested it, looked below and fail. Came back and tested it, and now it looks like we're pushing up. So my short thesis might be wrong on this trade, but like I said, it's not moving crazy points where the loss is going to be crazy, but not looking good for the short. Looking good for the longs. Yeah, I'm looking at short trends. I'm looking at this level right here, the 275. Right, this held as initial resistance right here. So if we do push above that 270, call it 270 to 278 area, the short is in trouble. At that point, Shark trends, you're right. Then we got to flip to long. Best DJ in town. Thanks for tuning in. I think I saw you last night, so thanks for coming. Thanks for hopping on again tonight. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, brother. We're trying to make some money on this slow-moving NQ. Looks like the bulls want to make a move to the upside and shake some of us bears. But I'm going to make it a little hard on these bulls. They're going to have to push up here to shake me out. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Tiago Araujo. Eu falo português. Big shout out to Brazil in the house. Viva Brasil! I haven't been to Brazil, but it's on my bucket list for sure. So, big shout out to Tiago in Brazil and anybody else tuned in from Brazil. Welcome to the stream. All right, looks like we are breaking down again at that level. 65.70 became the war zone of the night. It's been the war zone, even coming from New York. So I'm going to build my short around that area. I was hoping for a pop up above the 200 SMA and then the flush, but it's holding. It could go either way. This could be a push to the upside. See if the bulls have it in them tonight. I'm short, obviously. Playing range to range. Catching the top of this range or building a position on the top of this range. I'm willing to entertain some micros on the way down. If we do pop up, I'll build it even stronger on the way down, going range to range, target somewhere around this area, depending on what we get. Just stay moving. Let's give King Caesar the push so I can get my flush. So let's pump it for King Caesar. That way we get maybe another micro up there, and then we flush this down. Good evening to everyone. If you're new to the stream and you're enjoying the content, do me a favor. Help me out with the YouTube algo. This is just week 4 for me live streaming. I got years to go in live streaming. So smash that like, smash that subscribe. And I'll be doing this. I want to do Asia more frequently. So I think you guys are going to see me here, God willing, on a nightly. I think the way I'm going to play this out is 9:15 a.m. Eastern, New York. I'll trade the open for an hour or two, and then I'll trade Asia 9:15 p.m. Eastern for a couple hours too. So feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content, and see what we get tonight. Shark Trends, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the kind words. Just trying to trade and make a couple bucks tonight. Michael Anthony, thank you for subscribing. I just realized I'm pretty bad at this. Let me just make sure. Anybody who subscribed to the channel tonight, feel free to drop a note. I'm sorry if I haven't mentioned you. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you all. Well, unfortunately, we're just not moving. Shark Trends has been you've been in this short since 404. Ouch. Let me ask you a question. Where was your entry? King Caesar and that other JC. Where's that other JC? You guys are going to get a notification. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate you. Geo Stock Trade. Another one from California. Welcome to the stream. I used to live in Studio City, California. Moved to Arizona, wow, I want to say 10 years ago. But I remember my California days. Okay, here we go. Here's the pop that we were talking about, using the 6570 as a bounce. So Shark Trends is building his position around. Okay, so you took a nice short up here at 83. Good. Let's see if the bulls are going to push tonight. Then I'll have to clip the short. I mean, I can be as flexible as 90. I'll be in 4 micros. Won't be a big loss, but we may have to play this area as the drawdown area before we take the hard stop. Yeah, where's everybody tuned in from? Where's the international crowd? We got Brazil in the house. Who else is from overseas? Brazil. DC. Sure, you guys got some humidity. Fort Lauderdale in the house. South Florida? Hell yeah, brother. Miami. The good life. All right, here goes. Here, these bulls are pushing. These bulls are pushing. Del Rio, Texas. Jesus Morales, welcome to the stream. I know you subbed earlier, so thank you for tuning in. Shark Trends, thank you. I'll take a look at it. All right, if you're just tuning in, I am trying to build a short position using this area as the red zone for drawdown. In other words, building something to the downside, targeting the bottom of this level. Well, it depends on you know, what happens in the next hour or so. If the bulls ride it, I'm willing to, I mean, listen, we're going in with micros. We're not in full position yet. So I'm willing to entertain a test of this area. Although a test of 80, this 80 area would probably say that the bulls are targeting 23,300 tonight. So we'll see. I'm basing my play on the range and that we need to come back down to test the bottom of this range again. So we'll see. Area codes. Canada, eh? Where's Canada? I didn't see who's here from Canada. South Carolina, all right. Arlington. That reminds me of my Northeast days. I used to live, I'm originally from New York, but my parents live in, man, I should know where my parents live. What town are they in North Carolina now? God damn it. Starts with a W. Something, wow, I should know this. Cities around Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm gonna have to look at the map to remind myself where my parents live now. Not Raleigh. It's close to that area. Let's see. Wake Forest. Is Wake Forest a town? Is there a such thing as Wake Forest, North Carolina? Let me see. For some reason, Wake Forest rings a bell. Wake Forest, North Carolina. Yeah, I go there like every couple of years, so I should know this. Yeah, Wake Forest. So, hello to South Carolina, Arlington. Anyways, the reason I was mentioning Arlington, I drive through Arlington when I lived in New York to go down to North Carolina. Wilmington, all right. Another one in South Carolina. All right, Greenville. Welcome. Welcome everyone to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I say guys because I think I've accepted that in trading, especially if I look at YouTube stats, it's like 98% or 99% of viewership is male. So if there are any ladies out there and any female traders, no disrespect, welcome to the stream as well. Actually, I'd love to know if there are any female traders tuned in, because according to YouTube stats, this is a mainly male dominated niche. South Carolina, we got a lot of South Carolina in the house tonight. All right, it's starting to bulls are starting to press. Let's see how far they're going to push on this, because I'm ready to add. We'll take a look at your charts right now, Shark. Okay. All right, so you're in up there as well. I'm willing to entertain an entry kind of where you're at. Your highest entry was in the 80s. So I think I'm going to join you up here. And I'll join you around probably 80, and then I'll have to take the stop at, yeah, at that point I got to give it the pivot point, which is 95-100. And if we lose, we lose. But I'll support you on that short up there. Jacob, I just drove through Wake Forest. That's funny. North Carolina and South Carolina in the house. Love it, love it. You got the East Coast. You got West Coast out here. We got Texas. Appreciate you all. And if there's anybody new to the stream just tuning in, do me a favor. Help this guy with barely 2,000 subs. Give me a like, give me a sub. And I do this every day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I'll do the evening, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. And win, lose, or draw, you'll see it live. Good days, bad days, tilt days. I don't hide it. All right, so bulls are pushing. I'm going to add another micro to this. I'm going to get a little aggressive on the next one. And we'll see if we can fade them, or if the bulls are going to be relentless tonight and push up, then we lose some money. Other than that, it's the play, right? So right now, as I'm building this, I'm giving a pretty wide stop, or a red zone in terms of drawdown to continue to build, but I am targeting the bottom of this range as a minimum, potentially a breakdown of this range. I don't know if it's going to happen in the next hour or two. See if I can get at least something down here, and if I'm stuck in 2 hours in a trade, then I'll have to close or leave it overnight. But the way NQ is moving, looks like we got a lot of conversation tonight. John Lowe, yes. I just started live streaming. This is week 4 of live streaming. In other words, if tomorrow, Friday, will be my first full month live streaming New York session. I do it at 9:15 a.m. Eastern every day for the last month. I got years to go, so obviously a newbie. And I just started the Asia session this week every day at 9:30 or 9:50. I don't know why I said 9:30. 9:15 p.m. Eastern and 9:15 a.m. Eastern. But I also do the videos. What I've mainly done for the last 6 months, because I really took YouTube serious this year. Around January, I really started posting content. I started last year with some of the payouts and all that stuff. This year I started doing prop firm updates, prop firm drama, that type of content, and I'll continue to do that content. Actually, I'm going to work on a video this weekend on some of the newer props. So that's not going to stop. I'm just adding the live stream component. So I'm glad you've been watching those videos. Looks like you've known me from that side of the YouTube. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Courtney, yeah, Courtney gets, when I put Courtney is the AI character in some of those prop firm update videos. Whenever I put Courtney in a video, it gets more views. If I do a video solo, it gets less views. Interesting. I wonder why. But John Lowe, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the kind words. All right, we need NQ to move tonight. But the problem is, it does look like it's wanting to move to the upside. Looks like it wants another test of that pivot point, and then I'll give it the opportunity to do this. If it does this, then I'm out up here somewhere. All right, looks like a little fading going on, but if the bulls continue, like I said, I'll give it the other micro, but then I got to play with that pivot point up there and make decisions. If they're going to push above a pivot point, I can't mess with that. I gotta clip it. I'll be in half position at that point with 5 micros. If they do something like this, and I'll start adding 1, 2, 3, and we'll probably add until we get into the range again and target the bottom of this range. John Lowe, I don't trade my funded futures. I wouldn't know the rules. With my funded futures, to be honest with you, it's one of those prop firms that I need to trade. I just haven't really entertained them. But let me see if I can help you. We got plenty of time today. Not like NQ's going to the world. So let's take a look at micro. Oh, well, micro won't do it. Is there anything on micro scalping? Here we go. Micro scalping trades last only a few seconds. Target very small profits, often less than 5 points. So what's their rule? Minimal target. So they got to have 12 seconds. So what's the rule? Here are the examples. Am I missing here? I don't think the rule is, I mean, it's explaining what high frequency trading is or micro scalping, but it's not telling us what the rule is. Yeah, I don't trade. Maybe somebody on the stream that trades my funded futures can tell us the minimum hold on their trades. While we're doing this, I see that NQ is pushing. Yeah, they don't like micro scalping, but I don't see a rule, which is weird. I can't find it on the website. If anybody finds it, let me know. Let's go back. It looks like NQ is waking up. Okay, so again, the idea here is to allow this area to be tested and potentially let NQ do its thing up here, add. If it gives me 78, I'll let it add there and then potentially take the pullback. Chart trends, okay. These are pushing. I'll allow another one there before I clip at, potentially if they want to break above that pivot point at 80. Let's call it, yeah, it is 82. So I'll have to give it some leeway if they want to exaggerate the push above it, maybe 85.90. And we'll see if the bulls win tonight and they push above that, or if we get a reversal there, which is what I'm counting on. Chart trend. So you're saying you might bail on this short? Where are you again? You're higher up, aren't you? You're sorry, I haven't read the whole thing. All right, so you're leveled in between. You're at 74. And you're saying that 82 area is looking like a stronger stop? Is that what you're saying? I'm on the phone, so I can't read the whole chart. Okay. So you're potentially out at 82 is what you're saying. Got it. As your stop. Yeah, I mean, it's pushing. I mean, this right here is no... If I was using the 6570 as the failure level, clearly this is not showing failure. So let's see if we can get a fade on this. Otherwise, if we see the push above to test these levels, I'll have to call it. Going for pivot point, no question about it. So pivot is 82.50. I'm gonna have to clip around here. Actually, let me not negotiate that. If we do something like this, then I'll add to this position. Jose Torres, yeah. I mean, it's been bullish. No matter how you look at what happened during the day session, sure, consolidated here, but that's technically a bull flag from the morning session. Bulls have been in control. So if they're going to push above the pivot point today or tonight, they'll do it. Just when you think it can't go higher, it will. Can't go higher, right? It will. Yeah, that's what I'm banking on, is I want to see what happens up there. If we get a pop and then you get a 10-point ripper above a pivot point, I have to cut it. I just have to. Even though it may fade up there, I just have to. But let's see what happens at that pivot point. It ain't over till it's over. All right, she's looking like she wants to pop. That's popping behavior right there. So let's not get too crazy. There's no reason to be crazy tonight. This is what I'll do. I'll give you 8 points above that critical level. So if you want to exaggerate it tonight, I'll give you 8 points. Otherwise, I got to clip it. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I know everybody hops on and off, so I'm going to keep repeating myself for anybody new that hops on. I know it's a little annoying for folks that have been on, but yeah, if you're new to the stream, I live stream every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And I'm starting to do the overnight session, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. So I think that's going to be the schedule. This is month one, my first full month live streaming New York. Yeah, it is flipping. I got to be honest with you. It is flipping to bullish momentum now. Anytime you see these tight little ascending channels, that's bad news for shorting. This is strength. I'm giving it a stop up there just in case we're popping and it fades at the pivot point. But I think the bulls are making a case for continuation to the upside tonight. And then what I'll have to do is probably find a pullback and just hop on a long. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. 9:15 a.m. Eastern chart trends. In the morning, yes. Evening, no. Asia session, this is my first week. For New York, yes. I've been live streaming every day for a month now. All right, looks like the bulls woke up. Let's see. This is the pivot point. This is the make or break area. They're going to push above this. They're going to do it with the pop. We're at that pivot point. What's going to happen here? Yeah, turn this AC on. They got some strength. They're pushing. This is definitely rally behavior. Oh, all right, they've hit pivot point. This is make or break for them. Now they're clearly going after 23,000, and I just won't take the drawdown at 23,000. I'll have to see what happens up there if I want to entertain another trade. They're pushing. They woke up. Wow. Did we get some news? What is a pivot point? There are areas that you use for potential reversals. Usually you'll have traders say P1, R1, targets. They're pushing above that pivot point. And you can find the pivot point on TradingView and just add it as an indicator, pivot points. Jose Torres, thank you. Thank you for asking. Good. The family's good. The kids just started. Well, not the kids. My son started class today. Back to school here in Arizona. You start early. Today was their first day. Was it today or yesterday was the first day of school for my son, and the daughter's doing good. She's at ASU, so she goes back in first week of September. I'm sorry, first week of August. So wrapping up the summer in Arizona because it gets so hot. All right, little indecision here at the pivot point. What's going to happen? Yeah, in Arizona, they go back early because they have to end it early. Otherwise, they get cooked with the 100-degree weather in May. So they go back early, this early, and then they end. I think they get out of school late March. Late March, April, I think it is. They don't wait till May or June, for sure. All right, bulls pushed. And they're continuing to push. They got a slow grind going. It ain't good. It ain't good for my position, but definitely good for the longs. Yeah, I'm watching the 5 minute. Although you guys see the 1 minute there, that's how I trade New York. I do watch this on the top screen, the 5 minute, the 15, and the 30. Uh, it's just that I'm so used to using the 1 minute for the New York session that you guys are probably like, why is he using the 1 minute on this slow price action? I use the 1 minute for New York and I'm not changing it down here. It throws me off. All right, so a little bit of resistance up here, but not enough to warrant a pullback. I think the bulls have made their case. They're pushing this tonight. We'll let the stop play, and then we'll have to find some type of pullback to go long. A little bit of resistance here, but they've already pushed above the pivot point. At this point, they want 23,000. It's a strong rally. Happened pretty quickly. See how far this pivot point resistance takes us, if it takes us further down. Looks like they're building support right there on those moving averages, so we'll see. Coming back to test that 20 SMA. That's still within their channel, so that's still doesn't mean anything as far as the breakdown. It's still within this channel. As long as it holds this channel and continues to push up, then the bulls win for tonight. At least for this wave. If they break below the 20 SMA and they continue to flush down to the 200, then they may want to come back and test this area. But I think with this rally going on, I don't think it's in the books. They could go either way. So we pushed above the pivot point. We're back below the pivot point. Are we going to come back and test it? I think that channel is holding. I think it's holding for the bulls. Nate, it just took a lot of stops. If that's bearish, this is when it needs to drop. I agree. It needs to drop here. Otherwise, they'll continue. PG, buy at 70s. In other words, you're saying the pullback to test the 200 and the top of this range. And that's the test, and I could see that too. But I don't know if we're going to get that pullback, though. They seem pretty strong in this channel. Let's see. They may push it above or closer to 23,000 before we see the stronger pullback. Shark trends. I'm going to try to make it a long night. It's what is it? 8 o'clock? Maybe 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 9 p.m. Arizona. So midnight Eastern. Let's try to do 3 hours tonight. Like I said, I have the luxury of being in Arizona. It's 8 p.m. But I also don't want to go too late because I need my 8 hours of sleep for New York. All right. So here comes, well, that was a wick. If they pop it right here, that's bad. They'll, at least bad for me. The bulls will just pop it right there and go up. If they are going to flush it, this is the level they'd want to test, which was the breakout area, that 70 area. Bulls will look at this area for the test and the bounce. And I could consider out or see if we get a flush. Oh, that's right, Shark. You're here in West Coast. Well, good evening to everyone. Anybody new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I live stream now every day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, New York, for the nasty NASDAQ New York session, and then I'm doing now the Asia late hours, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I live stream from Arizona, so that's why my times are 3 hours behind. Yeah, they're not allowing the full flush or the full test down here. We'll see. The channel is holding, so if the channel is going to hold, they want 23,000 tonight. They're this close. I don't see why they wouldn't hit 23,000. And it's 8 p.m. here in Arizona, so I would say 9:30 p.m. I'll go to bed. I'm in Arizona, so I'm 3 hours behind New York Eastern. It is 8:02 here in Arizona. But even if I wasn't live streaming, there's no way I'd be in bed at 8 p.m. I'm old, but I'm not going to bed at 8 p.m. I'll tell you that. 9:30, 10 is usually when I go to bed. I'll wake up for New York, trade for an hour or two, and then I'll go back to bed. I'll take my little nap during the day. I only stream 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night. Now, if I did 5 hours in the morning and 5 hours at night, I'd see that would be an issue. But usually I'm done within the first hour or two. New York. Then I'll go back to bed. And I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'll be doing New York 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and I'll do the evenings every now and then, 9:15 p.m. Eastern as well. All right, looks like we're fading here, but I'm not convinced we're taking a stronger pullback just yet. I think the bulls they want 23,000 on this wave. So I think it's 23,000 before we see some type of pullback. But it ain't over till it's over. And we got some good risk management. I got to stop there. So it's stop or we live to see a little bit of downside to this. All right, guys, I will be right back. I got to say goodnight to my kiddo. I'll be right back. I'll probably grab another seltzer, and I'll be right back. Do me a favor. If this starts going to the moon and my stop is going to get hit, just blink twice to let me know, all right? All right, what do we got here? Are we dead? Are we still alive? Oh, we're still alive. I thought I would get stopped out by now. All right, looks like we still got a little bit of life here. We're holding on to dear life here on this. All right, is nasty NASDAQ going to do its thing and just flush from here? Or are the bulls going to say, nope, not tonight? It's been a lockout rally for like 3 weeks. We ain't stopping. These bulls have been relentless for the last 3 weeks, man. Just complete lockout rally. Squeezing those shorts that are in swing trades. They're paying brutally for any long-term position in a short. All right, let's see how far this little pullback gets us. If we're going to go any further down than this. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, it's holding these moving averages for sure. And even if we do flush, we have the 200 SMA right here. You have VWAP at 270. So anybody who's waiting for the pullback on a long is looking at 270 for the entry on a long if we get this pullback down here. Otherwise, the bulls will run it to maybe 23,000 or exaggerate it and then give the pullback. But I think this area has to be tested, whether it's in this wave or another wave. That's a different conversation, but 270 has to be tested at some point. There you go. You guys are looking for your longs at 70, 75, right? This is the push up, the breakout at a 270, and you wait for the test of 270. 270, 275. I'm looking for a look above and fail at this point, where we come back into this range from the morning session. We had this attempt. We have now this attempt. And let's see how it plays out. Either way, if we do come down here, then I can modify my stop. If I see a breakout again, I could say, well, do I need to give it a full stop up here or maybe call it where we're at right now? I got some options. If we get the pullback. If the rally continues from here, then I'm stuck with a stop up there. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Anybody tuning in, welcome. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button. Helps me out with the YouTube algo. This is week 1 live streaming the after hours or Asia session. I mainly do New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And this is my first full month. Tomorrow will be 4 weeks of live streaming New York every day. Win, lose, or draw. You'll see my trades, my good trades, my bad trades, my tilt days. This is just my journey. Not trying to come off here as the pro trader. Not at all. That's not the vibe here. This is just my journey here on YouTube with a little bit of how I trade. That's all. Red Candles, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's been every part to that statement in the last month live streaming. There's been good, one and done trades. There's been bad, over trading, and there's been ugly, refusing to take a loss. So it's all good. As long as we keep it profitable, that's all that matters. All right, so NQ hit that pivot point, potentially trying to test this 270, 275 area, which was the breakout area of this little range we've been playing in since the New York session. Are we going to get a test on this wave or potentially later? We'll see. But whatever it wants to do is going to do it slowly. Just ain't moving. Yeah, man, this is like watching paint dry, grass grow, and the list of lines goes on. King Caesar is playing the long of that 9 EMA. King Caesar is the master scalper, King Scalper of the stream. The man with the 1 minute and the 1 second. Caesar, do you use the 1 minute and the 1 second chart for the overnight as well, or just New York? Team Massive, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you commenting. So welcome. I think it's the first time I see you. So thanks for hopping on the stream. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think everybody, everyone has a little bit of their own second chart, right? I use the 10-second chart. There's a couple people here that use the 1 second. I heard the 2 second. Who was the 2 second guy? Somebody uses the 2 second here. I just saw the comment. I use the 10 second on New York, not with this price action. Shark Trends, yes. Shark Trends uses the 2 second. There you go. Geo stock trade. Yeah, man. This is it for me. Living off of trading. Been going on for a while, but finally decided to live stream. This is my first full month live streaming. And I've been doing New York every day. And I just started the evening. This week I did it all week. So we'll see if I can keep it somewhat consistent. I don't know if I can do every day the evening session or the Asia session. But New York for sure, that'll be every morning. Win, lose, or draw. So if you're new to the stream and you trade New York, I'll be on tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Win, lose, or draw, same thing. You see my entries, my exit, the good trades, the bad trades, the tilt days. I've had some nice one-and-done trades within the open. I've had brutal drawdown trades and trying to trade myself back into a break even or a win. I've had serious loss days. Been a little mix of everything. But that's how I keep it transparent. Not looking to, just bring in the wins. It's not like that at all. Just a trader. Welcome to the stream. We're trying to see if NQ starts moving, man. And yeah, sure. I can. I'm sure everybody uses the second charts just to see flip in direction. Caesar and who is it? Shark Trends. You guys use the 1 second and the 2 second. I'm assuming you're looking for fades for stops, right? Or get out, take profit, and stops. That's how I use the 10 second for scalping, mainly scalping. Now I don't use the 10 second chart on evening price action or Asia session price action. In the morning, 100%. I'm watching it. All right, so here comes the 970, 975 level that every bull is looking for right now for their bounce, right? This was a breakout level. We came up. Now we're coming back to test this. The bulls are looking to enter longs in this area. Maybe that's all you're going to get, 976. You may not get the 975, 970 touch, but bulls are looking for their positions for the bounce. I'm playing the look above and fail In other words, we had a look above and fail. We have another pop up and potentially test this area for continuation, but this area could be the bounce for the upside. If we do get the full test, then I have options. I can move my stop all the way down here and then participate in the long. So it ain't over till it's over. But bulls are looking at 970, 975 right now if we get the flush for their entries for the long, for the pop. Because we popped out, you come and test, that's the better entry, right? The test of a breakout level, and you enter your longs. There you go, red candles. I think there's a couple of you waiting for the 270, 275 area for your longs. I'm saying I'm playing another look above and fail, similar to this, and potentially testing the bottom of this. But I'll be honest, it does look like the bulls have control tonight, and they're after 23,000, no question. But I still have options. King Caesar's in the shower on his phone. Oh, bro. How many of you shower watching your charts? Raise your hand. Actually, type a 1. How many of you go to the shower and have your phone close to the shower so you can watch your position or the charts? Type a 1 for me if you do that, because I'm one of those. Cards fan, welcome to the stream, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hopping on the chat. Appreciate you. For anybody new to the stream, I live stream from Arizona. It is 8:20 here in the desert, and I mainly live stream New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I just started live streaming about a month ago consistently. This is week 4 doing New York session every day. And this is week 1 doing Asia session every day. But besides the live streaming, I also post a lot of content on futures, prop firms, updates, the prop firm drama. So if you're subscribed, you'll get some of those updates as well with all the latest news on prop firms. Andres Cruz, bro, $10. Green is green, brother. Good stuff. Tebow, do you usually trade micros? I don't. New York session, I only trade minis. Asia, Globex, just because of the longer play potential, I try to set up positions. Now I'm trying to set up positions with micros. But New York, it's mainly minis. I don't trade micros during the New York session. And I mainly trade NQ. I think that's all I trade, actually, NQ. All right, so for everybody who was looking for the long at the 270, 275 area, I don't think you got your entry. You're going to have to front run it or continue to wait. Oh, and you played that little long right there, that little pop? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I got options here. If we flush up there, then I'll probably hop on a mini if it's going to continue to rally and ride a couple points. But with this price action, it's not like I'm blowing accounts with a loss. Team Massive, 23,350. Look, man. As soon as you say it can't go any higher, it keeps going. So, and the way they're moving right now they're starting to pick it up. I could definitely see 2,300. If you see 2,300, you know they're going to push it above that to squeeze more shorts out. So we'll see. King Caesar, I can do a lot of losses and still come back and win. Yeah, you take the like I said, you're king scalper. With that frequency of trading, not only can you recover your losses, you're going to get a better feel of the market because you're in and out of so many positions that finally when you capture the great move, you'll be able to navigate it just on how much up and down you're playing with your high frequency scalping. All right, to anybody new to the stream, like I said, please help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. We are fighting these bulls tonight. I'm probably the only bear. I think everyone in this chat is waiting or already played the 270, 275 bounce area, looking for longs. I'm still waiting for, a stronger flush and decide either a break even or re-entry into this range. But I got to be honest with you, it looks like the bulls are going to push to 23,000. So let's see. Short trends, you and I are the shorts for tonight. We're fighting the trend at this point. I mean, clearly, bulls made their move here, right? Bears had a chance to flush it. They did not even get the test of the breakout level. So I think we're in trouble, but it's a managed trouble. I'm not taking serious losses here. And then if I do want to participate in a long, I can wait for the next pullback and ride the next wave. So no biggie. We got options. We're managing risk, and that's what matters. $23,290. You're closing. I'm out at $23,90.75. You're out at $23,290.50. So I think we both have the same idea. Just manage your loss up there. You and I are basically both saying, all right, this wick right here, let's give them a little room to show off, and then we got to take the close. John Saldana, nothing has broken above or below any key levels for me. Yeah, if you're a higher time frame trader, NQ probably hasn't touched any of your levels, right? If you're into more short-term scalping, we're trying to make something out of this. But for other traders, this could be no trade zone. It's basically not hitting any levels and stay away, right? It all depends on what time frame, what style. So totally understand and respect the no levels, no trades for you. Just a trader. All right, we got some more shorts in the house. Let's go. Let's see if we put some pressure on these bulls. As long as we're managing risk, whether you're short or long, it's not like we're going to lose or make a lot of money with the price action, unless you're going crazy with leverage, and I'm not doing that tonight. So let's see how it plays out. John, it all depends. I'm trying to play this range here. In other words, I'd like to go back into the range from the New York session and target the low here, potential break. But bulls just made a move that may change that whole thought process, right? They broke out of the breakout level. We had this area providing resistance. It attempted to be support here. We pushed up, then became again resistance, and now it looks like the bulls have built their case around that 23,270 area for the move to the upside. But I was hoping to capture a move below the bottom of the New York range. But it ain't over till it's over. We'll see. Yeah, the problem is these damn bulls are picking it up. And we got to be honest with price action, right? 3 weeks, unrelentless bulls, just It's been a lockout rally. They've allowed very few pullbacks. The only major pullbacks we saw in the last 3 weeks were news related. The Bears had a good chance yesterday with the Powell news, right? We saw that drop all the way down to 800. And even down there, the Bears could not pick it up to continue to the downside. There was that strong bounce right back up after, we're going to fire Powell, we're not going to fire Powell. So Bears have not been able to make a significant move in the last 2-3 weeks. Yep, I agree. Shark Trends. Any catalyst tonight? Yeah, we're like, where's the news? Where's the news? We need some news to flush this. No, I think we're gonna be. I think we're done. We got 9 points on a stop here. I think we're done. I think the Bulls are making their move. The problem with this entry is the Bulls want 23,000. So if the Bulls want 23,000, they're most likely going to exaggerate that move to 23,000. So they're going to push 2310, 2320, 2330. It doesn't make sense for me to push my stop all the way up there just to take drawdown to say I'm right. The better, if they are going to move this up, the better play is take the stop, wait for a pullback, and participate to the upside. So, but I do think if they're going to hit 23,000, they're going to exaggerate it. In other words, they'll push 2320, 2330 before we see any pullback. They just had the pullback chance right here, and this is as far as we got. Coach Fred, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. They're at that pivot point, right? They're trying to push above that pivot point, and the pivot point has not provided the rejection the Bears are looking for. King Caesar, my King Scalper, waiting for his next entry on the longs. Yeah, 2382, right? This is the pivot point. This is not a strong rejection on a pivot point. That's what's worrying me about the short position. Not worrying me, just being upfront that 2382 is a pivot point. Usually you see a stronger resist. Well, now we're starting to see it. But even that was what? Barely 7 points. We're so zoomed in that 7 points gets us excited. That's funny. So when you're not seeing rejection at a pivot point the way it's supposed to, like what we saw here, I think the Bulls have made their case. I think they're pushing. Megan Mine Taylor, yeah, a couple of us Bears are looking for the look above and fail, right? We had a look above and fail here. We're hoping that this is the look above and fail and potentially target this area. But like I said, the only problem is they can push this, in other words, squeeze us out above 23,000, and then you get the flush. But at that point, do you really want to take the drawdown all the way up there and just to say you're right and potentially not be right and take a higher loss? No, we'll manage the loss here, and then we'll wait for some type of pullback, if that even happens, and participate in a long. But it ain't over till it's over. The good thing is we got some Bulls in the chat. We got some Bears, so it'll be fun. Yeah, that's a strong push. If they push above this, I think Bears that are in position right now are toast. Or you got to push your drawdown further up. I'm not doing that tonight. Ooh. Checkmate. Bulls win tonight. That was not good. I had a bearish bias earlier. After I saw this, the bearish bias died out. But I'm playing the stop, right? I'm in a small position. It's not the end of the world. I think as much as you want to be a bear right now, this right here was the kiss of death. Megan Mine Taylor, bear. All right, you're short. Let's go. We need some more shorts. All right, it could go either way. We got some bulls in the chat. We got some bears. Bears are struggling right now, I'd say. I think we got more to lose here. Bulls got to play. They snuck out. I'll give you that. The Bulls snuck out tonight with this move. But bears take the elevator down. This is what I want. Bulls can stair step it all day. When the bears finally make their move, it's the elevator down. Not that I'm a perma bear. I'll play either direction. It's just in this case tonight, I was bear biased, but this right here probably killed any bear bias. But I'm allowing the stop to play. It ain't over till it's over. PG, ES broke out and rejected. All right, that's news, man. That's good. That's good news. That's what we're all banking on. We're banking. The bears are banking on this pivot point failing again as a look above and fail, and you know we ride this down. Levels to this. I don't think there's a specific strategy I use. I use a 20 and a 200 SMA a lot for scalping New York. But you know, pivot points, VWAP, 1 hour, 4 hour resistance levels. That's where I make most of my decisions on. What you won't hear me talk about is ICT or fair value gaps. Not because I have anything against ICT. Some of my best trading buddies use ICT very successfully. I just haven't taken the time to learn ICT. And so far, the little bit of strategies that I use work, keep me profitable. So I also believe in, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But yes, mainly 2200 SMA, pivot points, VWAP, and the levels. The levels is where it happens. 1 hour and 4 hour levels. All right. If we do get the bulls right, are looking at this as the breakout zone, the 70 to 75. That's where you got VWAP, you got the 200 SMA here. Bulls are saying, all right, this was our breakout level. Let's wait for the test. The patient bull is waiting for 270, 275 to enter on a long, right? That's the standard play, your little triangle, right? You wait, you don't enter on the first breakout, you wait for the test and then you enter. So they're waiting for this area for the long for the night. The bears are saying, let's test this and let's break through, but we need a flush of that 200 SMA. We need this flush. Bulls are saying elementary trading 101, you wait for the test and then you enter. So we'll see. It ain't over till it's over. And we're dealing with like 10-point drops here, and we're all excited over 10-point drops, which is the funny thing. So that's what's going to keep it exciting tonight. All your bulls are playing the elementary 101 entry on a breakout test. Right? You break out, you come back and test it, and you enter for your long, and that could be a long for the night. Bears are saying, okay, look above and fail. You build your position above the look above and fail, and you're hopefully in position above in this area for your move, for your breakdown, your flush. See? But I think bulls have a case tonight. I'll give you that. Even though I'm not a perma bear or a perma bull, I play whatever I see. I'm allowing the bear position that I have to play out with the stop, and then I'll adjust if needed and hop on along. Megamind added to position down. Let me wait for the test. I'd like to see the test. I'd like to see what happens on the bull entry, right? Bulls were going to enter around here, 270, 275. Let's see what happens here. We still need a flush of this 200 SMA. Based on this direction, I would still need to see a stronger bear move to add. I'm in half position, but I'd like to see a stronger play. Oliver, I think we will get a boner green candle. Yeah, the bulls want that. So I think you're gonna, if you do get your green candle, right, you need to see a flush. You need to see the liquidity sweep. So that's the 200 is right here. I don't see this close to price action to the 200 to your moving average. I don't see how it won't flush. And that's where you have the potential for your boner candle, right? You see the flush and then the immediate pop. The bears want the flush with continuation. To say bye-bye bulls that entered over here and trapped you. So it's that area. It's the juicy area. It could go either way. This is the entry for the bulls. 270, 275. They're starting their test of a breakout level for the upside. Bears are as you saw, I built the position up here. We're playing the look above and fail for continuation to the downside. But you stick to your bias and or to your trade as long as you have risk management. I got a stop up there, and you play it out. I think tonight the bulls are going to win. There's nothing wrong with that. I got a decent stop up there. It's not crazy loss. Maybe I can go to bed early tonight. But it's good. There's a good division in the chat. We got some bears tonight. We got some bulls, so that makes it fun. But if you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Help me out with the YouTube algo. I do live stream every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, New York session. I'm starting to do the Asia Globex 9:15 p.m. Eastern. This is my first full week doing the late night session. I've done New York now for a month, so if you want to get updated with the content, hit that like, hit that subscribe. And I also post content on futures, prop firm updates, and drama. That's the majority of my content for the last couple of months before I started live streaming. So you'll get some content there on futures, prop firm updates, all the drama, all that good stuff. Yeah, VWAP, that's where the bulls are looking at. The bulls are looking at that 270, 275, the VWAP touch, and take it. Good to hear, red candles. When I take a little break during the morning session, I'll hop on as well on yours. All right, come on. Where's it gonna go? So how many bulls? How many bulls tonight? Who's in a long position right now? Let's see the chat. Who's in a long position? Who's in a long position or about to get in a long position on the VWAP test around 270, 275? If you're in a long position, either right long or a 1. Let's go with 1 for the longs. Who's in a long position? Okay, that still counts as a long. You're waiting for 70. Okay. You're bull biased. Red candles, bull bias, waiting. Just fun gaming, thinking about it. Okay, but Mark Burrell is in a long. Okay. That other JC is long. Okay. All right, so we got some longs. What about the bears? Who's in a bear? Who's in a short? Shark Trends, I know you're still short, right? Did you close your short? Timothy, short 283. Okay, good. Megamind, short. Okay, so we got a little divided crew. That's good. That's good. That's why we're seeing indecision here, because it's divided. It's a classic confluence area, right? You got VWAP and the classic bounce play for the bulls and the classic look above and fail for the bears. So how will it play? I don't know. Now, the longer the bulls stay above this level, the better their case. I'll be honest with you. Time is on their side. Nate, good job, man. If you got your green, lock it in. Don't trade tomorrow. Enjoy the weekend. There is nothing worse than going into a weekend with a loss, especially on a Friday. I've been there, done that. There's nothing worse than having a bad Friday, especially if you trade in the morning and you're done and you're in the red, and then you got to close everything up. You go to your couch, you go to your bed, and you just stare at the ceiling, and you're like, what the hell did I just do? Don't do that to yourself on a Friday. Do it on a Monday or Tuesday. But on a Friday, you ruin the weekend. You have family, all that good stuff. You want to enjoy your family over the weekend. Tradeify's Trade of 8 pulse is 39% short. All right, let's see if Tradeify's Trade of 8 pulse is accurate. Jacob, full port Friday. Let's go. I will give you the longer the bulls stay above here, time is on the bull's side. Time always favors the bulls. Now, if the bears pick it up, it's an elevator down. Privilege and power. The chat seems to be divided. We got some longs, we got some bulls, we got some bulls waiting for levels to get in. We got some bears in position. We'll see. Red candles. Friday has been historically my worst day. I've been very careful with Fridays lately. Last week, because I had 2 Friday red days, not significant Friday red days, but last Friday I finally walked out with some green and I closed shop. I was like, I'm enjoying my weekend. Fridays, I don't know why. Now, I shouldn't say every Friday. The last 2 Fridays were pretty bad. Last Friday finally got some green, but I did have 2 consecutive Fridays with red. Again, manageable red, but still red, and I don't like it on Fridays. All right. I'm taking a look at JC's, that other JC's text. This is Tradeify's Tradeify Pulse. $42 short. Am I reading this right? E-mini, NASDAQ, 42%. How do you have 42% shorts on micros and 15% shorts on the minis? That's weird. You're technically trading the same levels. But yes, via that other JC, Tradeify's Tradeify Pulse reader is 42% short on the micros at the moment. That means, you know what that means, right? Go long. That just ruined my whole short position. God damn it, Tradeify. Red candles. Good point. Good points. It's based on number of contracts. Okay, that's a good way of looking at it. So the pulse control is based on number of contracts in position. So that's why it's higher. Good point. Well, we're at a standstill. This does not want to move. Does not want to move, but if you're new to the stream, and I know I'm annoying the hell out of everybody who's been here for a while, but I got to entertain everybody who's just joining the stream as well, so just bear with me. A little patience. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I do live stream 9:15 a.m. Eastern, New York, and I live stream now, 9:15 p.m. Eastern for Asia. Shark Trends, you and I, my friend, we're waiting for the bears to spank these bulls silly and show them what a flush is, an elevator to the downside. But it's been delayed. Get the rallies going. Where are the bulls doing their rallies? Let's get the bears pushing this down. Let's get this flush. Spank some bulls silly tonight. Yeah, now listen, the 5-minute does not look, nothing looks good right now for the bears. Long term, I think the bears we got to play, but it's going to be dragged out and probably picking up at a higher level, which I'm not willing to entertain the drawdown tonight. I'd like to go to bed. So if it happens at this level, not at 23,000. Trade live now, just based on how I entered. I'm not a perma bear by any means. I did take a look at my trades. I make most of my profit though shorting, scalping, because of the elevator down. But I do long all the time. It's just I don't care direction. I don't care market. I don't care news. I go based on charts and levels and the bias that I have at that moment. It just happens in this moment, or when I started my position, I was bear biased. This right here is a little question mark. This could be the end of the bear bias or the trap. All right, here goes. This is the test of that VWAP. and the 200. Bears need to flush and start squeezing out some bulls that are entering at that area or already in position. Bulls need to say, you're not getting a flush, you're not squeezing anybody, we're going to take it here to 23,000 and above. But it could go either way. That's what makes trading fun. We got some low size in, we got a proper stop. Let's see how it plays out. Now this is the reset of the 5-minute on some of the oscillators. That's bad. That's as far down as we got on a full 5-minute reset. So if the bulls are going to bounce it here, that may be all we get in terms of a pullback. We just had a full reset on a 5-minute. I was hoping that reset was lower. It's a good question. What time is London open? I don't trade. Like I said, this is the first week trading after Asia. So what time does London open? How far are we from London? But I will be doing the night session a lot more often now. All right, guys, I will be right back. I got to get some water. Do me a favor, if the market rallies, blink twice so I know to come back running back. I'll be right back, guys. All right, we back. Yeah, that 5-minute reset. Ugh, a little disappointing. This could be it for the bounce on this wave, at least this wave. We'll see how far they bring it up on their wave now. Well, whatever it's going to do, it's late. It's doing it slow. All right, let me ask a question. Are there anybody out there using some type of algorithmic software? Man, it's slow. No flush, no pop. Indecision. Lux Algo, yeah, I know about Lux Algo. Actually, I think I have a couple indicators with Lux Algo on my trading view. Does Lux Algo have actual software though? I didn't know that. Let me take a look at their website. Yeah, they have the indicators. I know that. You're saying they have some type of software? Well, if anybody knows of algorithmic software, trading software, specifically for scalping, feel free to hop on my Discord and send me a DM. actively looking for algo driven software. Yeah, Jay Black. Yeah, like I said, I do use some of the. I think Lux Algo has some great indicators, by the way. I do use some of those. Algo Box, I've heard. I'm looking for options. So if there's any other ones out there that anybody uses or recommends, feel free to drop a note or reach out to me on the Discord. I do have a free Discord. If you guys want to join in to the community, feel free to hop on there as well. I don't post much. It's not a busy Discord yet. But this is only week 4 for me live streaming. So over time, slowly building a community. And totally agree with you. And I'm going to leave it at that. I think you made a valid point. Anyways, if anybody knows or is on the stream, feel free to drop me a note. All right, back to NQ. We're stuck here. We're not going up or down. It's just a question, guys. No need to attack others or anything like that. Like I said, if anybody uses or recommends something, feel free to drop me a DM in the Discord, and we'll leave that conversation there. NQ still not giving even the VWAP touch, right? Still hinting at the VWAP touch. 200 SMA. Is it the build up to flush and punish? Or is it the build up for the rally? Taking bets. But man, we're dealing with a slow night. All right, VWAP touch coming. Can the Bears flush this? And if they do flush this, can they hold back into that range? And appreciate you. Appreciate the info. I'll take a look at it probably tomorrow. All right, some bulls are warming up their positions here. They're ready to enter on the test if they haven't entered already. But not making it easy for either side, making us wait. Sol, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. I'll do my best. Again, my apologies. Solman or Soljman. Martinez with Ninja Caters has a few options. Never tried it. Never tried it out. Got burned in the past. Yeah, that's the issue. Again, if anybody has or knows, feel free to drop me a note. No biggie. All right, here's the make or break area for the shorts. We're getting close to that VWAP flush. We'll see the nice little pop to the downside, but can it hold, right? We know it's going to come and touch VWAP and flush the 200. The question is, will this level hold for a bounce, which is what the bulls are about to do. They're about to enter strong here. The bears are waiting for the flush for the look above and fail. Dun 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 dun. That may be as far as a VWAP touch you guys are going to get, and that could be your bounce right there. Shark treads, yes sir. We might have, you and I might have to do the song when Mario dies. Do, 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 do. Game over. Best DJ in town. Appreciate you, man. I don't know if it's staying strong to the trade. It's just letting the trade play out, right? You got to trade. You got to stop. You got to let the stop play out or let the trade go in your favor. It's one of the two. Fortunately, it's not going any direction, but either way, it's not like we're going to make a ton either with this price action. Yeah, man. Sideways is a direction. That's how the options, what is it? The credit spreads make their money, right? On options, they rely on price action going sideways. All right, here we go. Let's flush to that VWAP. Bears want to flush with continuation. Bulls want the liquidity sweep for the bounce. See how it plays. Let's see how she plays. Did Caesar end up going to bed? Caesar disappeared. Oh yeah, I think he locked himself out. I think he walked out with some nice green. The 5 minute. What do we got on the 5 minute? Let's take a look at the 5 minute. What do we got here? Man, this nasty range during the New York session. Wow. All right, we still haven't touched VWAP. We came to the 20 on the 15 minute. So little minor bounce so far on the 15 minute 20 SMA. Let's take a look at the 15 minute real quick. Little touch there and immediately bounced. So the battle continues. But if you're new to this stream, I see people hopping on and off. So if you're new, do me a favor, welcome to the stream. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I trade every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, nasty NASDAQ. Going a little later than usual tonight. but I also do 9:15 p.m. Asia. This is the first week doing the overnight hours, so you'll see me here a little more often. And tomorrow we'll do this 9:15 a.m. Eastern, win, lose, or draw. Starting to like the dark side, that other JC. I'm liking this session. I don't do it often, I'll be honest with you, but I think I'm gonna have to spend more time during the after hours, and you know, play this different style, especially when it's this slow. It's not making it easy for either direction. All right, here we go. Bears are the Bears want to flush to VWAP, right? They want that sweep all the way down to VWAP and 200 SMA. The Bears, we want the flush. We want a flush with continuation and a hold. What we don't want is a flush that becomes just liquidity for the Bulls and then they bounce it, right? So we're at that area. We're at that area. Let's see what happens. A little excitement tonight. Chat is divided. We got Bulls in the house in position. We got Bulls probably entering right now on this VWAP touch. And we got Bears in position already. So it's looking good. Red Candles, have a good night, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I'll definitely make it a point to hop on your stream during one of the breaks. Have a good one. George Panos, good evening, brother, or good night, depending on where you're at. Welcome to the stream. We're trying to see what NASDAQ is going to do tonight with this slow price action. And again, I see more people hopping on the stream. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I live stream now, Asia, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I mainly do New York, but I got to tell you, after hours is definitely a little more fun, a lot more people. So I think I'm going to do this a little more often. But I also post content on prop firm updates, prop firm drama, all that good stuff. So you'll see my content on this channel for that as well. Renko Reina, welcome to the stream. You're part of the family. Without revealing the identity. Welcome. George, we're waiting for something. We got some Bulls in position. We got Bears in position. This is the level that defines it. We'll see if it's the bounce or the flush. All right, so we did get the touch of that 200. No flush. Bulls are now obviously wanting to position above the 20 SMA. Let's see how that plays out. The Yum Factor. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. Brian Carr, thank you for subscribing. Quayne Taki, John Sandala, Chad Smith, Fernando Sanchez, Stanley, Leandro Gurrera, welcome to the stream. Michael Anthony, welcome to the stream. Sorry guys, I completely forgot to read the ones that are subscribing. Clearly, I'm a couple weeks into live streaming. Timothy Bond, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. So as far as the channel, if this is the first time you're coming across JC, I mainly post content on futures, prop firm updates, prop firm drama. That's usually what I have posted for the last couple of months. Lately, I've been live streaming. This is my first full month live streaming New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And now I think Asia is going to be my new home, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I want to do this more often. So make sure you guys let the other JC to not let me get inconsistent with the night session. He keeps me in check, which is good. That'll help me get stay consistent. All right, here comes the flush moment. They need to flush VWAP touch, right? That's the standard little sweep. What happens next is what matters. Will the bears catch that for continuation, or are the bulls just going to wick that and bounce? Here we go. Yep, 6:15 Pacific, 9:15 Eastern. How about that? That'll be my new time slot. You guys cool with that? We'll make it official. 6:15 Pacific, 9:15 Eastern. Brian Carr, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome to the stream. All right, here we go. This is the VWAP touch, 200 SMA, your area of confluence. Everyone, the bulls are putting their longs, their positions here for the bounce. The bears are trying to flush this. Can we flush it tonight? And he's a bull. What did you say, 70? Right? So yeah, I mean, you got VWAP there at 70. So you got bulls with positions here at 70, ready for the bounce. Bears, we want to flush this, baby. Bye-bye. Look above and fail. But with this price action, man, I don't even know if it's worth it at this point. Man, this was brutal tonight. I'm okay with the loss, but just give me a loss or a win, something. But yeah, this is my first week live streaming here at night. But we'll make it. Today's the last day, obviously, for the week. But I'll be back Monday. I have to talk to the crew. And we'll make it official for the night. Maybe make some... let me not reveal details. We'll make it interesting. But even if it's a couple bucks, Shark Trends, we had a good time. We chit-chatted. We yapped away, or I yapped away for the last 2 hours for a couple bucks. But that's why we do it, right? You got to have passion for trading. Somebody asked me in the morning, you know, I think it was something along the lines of, when did you know you like trading, or how did you get into trading? You got to have passion for this. Especially if you, like, for instance, I live in Arizona. So if I want to trade New York Open, which is what I do at 9:15 a.m. Eastern that I start live streaming, that's 6:15 a.m. for me. It means I got to wake up at 5:30, 5:45 every morning just to get ready, charts, all that nonsense. You got to have passion for that. You think I care or I wake up like, no, I don't want to do it. Sure, you have those days that you're like, oh, can I just let the day go? But 99% of those days, I'm waking up with passion. I want to trade. I want to look at the charts. You got to love this. Whether you trade the morning, you trade the Asia, whatever time you trade, you got to love being in this scenario. Otherwise, it's not for you. And there's nothing wrong with it. Trading is personality based. Trading is so personality based. It's either going to be something you love or something that maybe it's just a hobby. You do it for fun. But if you want to be good at it and do it long term, the passion has to be there. You gotta want to learn. You gotta be a sponge, right? You're always learning something new. Every loss comes with a lesson. It's just an ongoing lesson after lesson. Green days, red days, whatever it is, but you gotta love that. Man, this is brutal. This is brutal. I'm gonna have to go in with minis next time. Could have closed this a lot earlier, or scalped it for minis. All right, looks like we didn't get the VWAP touch, but the 200 is holding, and they're attempting to push. The 20 is holding, but if they are able to push above the 20, then the bulls have their game again. Yeah, shark trends, you're right. Then you go with minis, you're like, oh no, I didn't want to go with minis, it's too fast. You never win. That's why the house always wins. All right, let's get this flush. We still need the VWAP touch. I mean, come on, you got to give us a VWAP touch at least tonight. You got to give us the flush. What happens after the flush? I don't know. Kato, welcome to the stream. What's up, brother? Appreciate you tuning in, man. We're all here. We got some bulls in long positions. We got some bulls waiting to get into a long position around 270. We got bears waiting to flush this in position, but it ain't going nowhere. All right, Kato, bro, you're part of the crew. You got some bears. I'm short too. Not with size, but entertaining it for tonight. Let's go. We're about to flush this, bulls. We're about to flush it. Can the flush hold though? That's the key. Otherwise, it's just a wick, and they pop it right back up. All right, let's flush this. It's coming. It's getting tight. Is it a flush or a pop? Ooh, bulls, goddamn bulls and their pops. Struggling at the 20. Struggling to get above. Ooh. And you getting second thoughts? Oh, no. Don't position above that 20. Flush it. Flush it. Let's go with that flush. It's only a matter of time before you get that VWAP touch. What happens afterwards? Joji, I think this is going to be a good part of what I do now. I'm liking Asia, man. So I want to commit to it. I'll work it over the weekend and then see if 9:15 p.m. I'm sorry, yeah, 9:15 p.m. Eastern becomes my slot, and we'll do this every day. Have a little bit of fun here. All right, here comes that flush. It's a VWAP flush, so don't get too excited. It has to hold, though, for the bears. We got a flush with continuation. Otherwise, it's just a sweep, and the bulls pop it. Uh-oh. What? Whoa. Yeah, it'll be definitely late Asia. 9:15 is probably the earliest. Before that, I got family duties. But I can do this after, 9:15 p.m. Eastern on. We can do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a 3-point bounce. It's zoomed in. But we're getting excited over like 3 and 5-point bounces. It's hilarious, the price action tonight. Hilarious. I may make enough tonight to if we come down and flush, I may make enough to go to Chipotle for lunch tomorrow. After spending 3 hours here. That's crazy. Just no direction, no moves. It was a scalping night. Yep, that is true. It was a mini scalp night, not building the micros tonight. I agree. I agree. But I think that's as low as we go on this pullback. I think the bulls will pick it up here. I think the shorts are toast. At least on this wave. Doesn't mean they're toast for the night. At least for this wave. I think the bulls are going to have their little wave now. And let's see how far they bring this up. Yep, there's a pop. They were unable to flush below the 200 and VWAP. So now they're going to get their little run here, and let's see how far they push this up. And then we wait for the next bear wave. If I'm still in position, I do have a stop up there, so it all depends on how far they push this up. William, I'm already in a short position. I'm looking for this look above and fail, but it's not looking good. But we do have a chat divided. We have some bulls in position. We have some bears in position. But I'll give it to the bulls. They have a better positioning right now. Doesn't mean it can't change. It's all waves. Depends on where the next wave goes, how far high up and how far down. But welcome to the stream, William. Appreciate you tuning in. For anybody that's new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, hit that subscribe. We're going to do this every day, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Well, at least next week. We'll try again every day. I also do New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Fortunately, tonight we decided to try to build a position and we're going nowhere. No stop, no TP, nothing. Tonight was the night to scalp with some minis, and is what it is. 5 points. We're getting excited over 5-point bounces here. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't hit anything. This may be one of those trades that I just leave on for the night. I'm definitely not adding if I'm going to bed. So I'll probably leave the stop where it is. I'll set some type of TP down there and wake up with McDonald's money or wake up with a little loss. Yeah, I think Caesar's wife probably said enough. Time to go to bed. I think he's done. All right, Bulls are making their run. No, not yet. Just going nowhere. No one's flushing, no one's popping. But VWAP did not get touched. Granted, it came close and popped, but no touch. Man, playing games tonight. All right, I got to get some more water. You guys know the drill. If something bad happens, just blink twice so I know to run back here. All right, blink twice. All right, did I miss anything? Fireworks? Are the Bulls popping this? Ooh, they are. They are. All right, I mean, I'm okay with a stop at this point. We've been 3 hours here, and nothing. So maybe just put us out of our misery at this point. Oh man, Ricardo Tobon, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I know we got. Let me take a look at the recent hops. I know everybody kind of hops on and off, so as I see new people, I welcome you. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. I am building. I want to build this at night. I think 9:15 p.m. Eastern is good. You got some other streamers that do it earlier. I don't know who's streaming at this time, but maybe this will be my time slot, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. And we'll do the late Asia. I don't know how late I can go, but I do. My main trading happens in the New York session, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, so you can hop on either one. But I'll be on tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Win, lose, or draw, just like I do it here. That's my style. I show my entries, my exits. Good, bad, ugly, tilt. There's been a little bit of everything live. Trust me, live. So welcome to the stream. If you're new, feel free to like and subscribe. I also have a free Discord. Not much going on there. I can't promise you that I'll post or that it's a busy community, because it's not. But just starting. This is week 4 for me live streaming, so I got years to go. Years. Well, let's see if these bulls finally stop me out so I can go to bed, or if we flush them out here. That other JC, it looks like it. You just got a 3-point bounce from the 9 EMA. We're so zoomed in at this point that freaking 3-point bounce looks good. Caesar's back. Caesar, I thought the wife yelled at you and you were in bed. Caesar's back. He's in with his 10 micros. Ooh, he's long. Just really slow price action. Almost feel like closing it and just scalping it with some minis. But then I'm so late to the party. That's when you lose. When you try to chase it. Peter Chan in the house. Look at you, late night. Peter, what's going on? We're trying to do something here. We got bulls in the house. We got bulls in position. We got bears in position, and no resolution. I think the bulls are going to win, but it's so slow and painful that at this point I just want to stop. We've been in this now, what, 3 hours waiting for resolution, a pop, or the flush? Wow, this is extended. I could have scalped this with minis. Well, lesson learned for Monday. If it's this slow, switch to minis. Just scalp them for 5 points. It's getting late, man. I gotta get some sleep for tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll wake up and have a bad New York Friday. The longer I push this, the less I sleep. KH Lim, 14 minutes to go. Welcome to the stream. Man, I hate to do this, but I gotta cut it at 10. I wake up at like 5:30. Well, 10 p.m. my time. That gives me 6.5 hours of sleep. I'm gonna hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to cut it at 10. Win, lose, or draw. Otherwise, I'll wake tomorrow, and that's my. The main indicator of a good day or a bad day is sleep. If you don't sleep well, you're gonna have a bad day. But yes, for anybody new to the stream, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I know everybody else who's been tuned in for a while is like, oh man, here he goes with the commercials again. But if you're new, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I mainly do New York, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, but I'm liking this. So I'll be back next week for 9:15 p.m. Eastern for the late Asia. Hang out here for a couple hours and we'll do the same thing. Win, lose, or draw live. We got some bears in position. We got some bulls in position. We'll keep it fun. Just trading. Win, lose, or draw. Peter Chan, have a good night, brother. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Andrew, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for dropping a note. Welcome. This is a good crowd, man. I'm liking the Asia or the late Asia session. This is a good crowd. You guys have been good to me. And I like the fact that we got different bias. We have some bulls in position. We got some bears. We got some bears right now getting squeezed out, including myself. And we got some bulls smiling right now with this push up. So that's what it's all about. That's how trading is. It wouldn't be trading if you didn't have opposing positions at all times. And you bring up a good point. And, you know, we all trade. If there's something in a trader's personality, is that addictive personality. There is no person in their right mind that would take a loss, brutal loss, and come back the next day for more. We are all cut with a very similar personality trait that just comes back for more punishment. Of course, as you build profitability and become consistent, it becomes less painful, but we've all been there and we come back for more. So one good thing about any of us traders is we do have one thing in common. I think it's a distinct addictive personality, because it only takes one special type of person to be able to take the losses that we do and come back the next day for more. It's the reality. Although the loss, we all need to go through losses. The bigger your loss, the better the lesson. The stronger you become. You start feeling the numbness, right? I think everyone in there, depending on where you are in your trading journey, when you start, the big losses are very emotional. You know, like if you're prop firm trading and you blew an account a day before a payout and you got this close, you know, that loss is emotional. You're gonna be on that floor. You're gonna be staring at that ceiling for hours. As you build some of that mental toughness, you start becoming numb to a loss. And I think that's when you really start building your consistency, just yourself as a trader, whatever strategy you use, is the numbness. The pain is not emotional anymore. It's something you just kind of scrub off. And you start building that emotional toughness. Hopefully it comes with some discipline and some better trading habits, and that's how you build that consistency long term. Thumper had a 4K loss yesterday, but got most of it back before noon, ended with 1622. So yesterday, was it yesterday? What's yesterday? Thursday. No, Thursday, I didn't take any trades in the morning. It was just too slow. I couldn't figure it out. Wednesday, I took a bad loss because I refused to close a losing trade. We had the Powell news. Powell was going to get fired. Powell wasn't going to get fired. So I got caught in that emotion. I'm like, there's no way this news is going to hold. It's going to flush and it's going to bounce. Powell's not getting fired. Powell is going to get fired. So I ended up getting caught on that nonsense. It eventually bounced, and I did recover some of it on the bounce, not all of it. I still walked out with like a $1,200 loss per account on Wednesday with this whole Powell nonsense. But like I said, it's part of the game. And I even said it on the live stream. You're watching Tilt live today, and that was on live. That was Wednesday's stream in the morning. I was saying it live. You guys are seeing me tilt. I'm not closing a trade in the red with significant drawdown based on Powell's not getting fired. So it's gonna pump. It's gonna bounce. That's when you catch yourself. You're like, dude, what are you doing? That's not trading, right? At that point, you're allowing your DNA, your refusal to accept a loss, to just close the damn thing. And had I switched direction quicker, not only would I have recovered a smaller loss, I walked out a lot sooner with $1,000, $1,500 in the green. So you trade and you learn. Muscle memory, yes. You got to get your reps in. That's why scalpers, I think, like Caesar and some other scalpers, you do well because you take little paper cuts, but you start seeing the direction in the price action a lot sooner. I love scalping because of that, because you can take little paper cuts and start finding direction. But I still get caught in tilt. I still get caught in bad decisions. Stops are a big part of with scalping. You sometimes don't want to use a scalp because of the wicks. You want to avoid a wick. The problem is you get wicked out and then you don't close, and that wick becomes continuation against you, and now you're in a tougher situation. That other JC, yeah, we got some news tomorrow. Market movers, 8:30 a.m. I can't even have the charts this late. I got to sleep at least till 5:30. I'm only going to get 7 hours. I still got 7. As long as I go to bed by 10:15, I'll get my 7 hours. I'll be the old man and get my 7 hours. But yeah, sleep is very important. Sleep is probably your best indicator of how you're going to do. If your sleeping habits are not good, you're going to struggle with trading. You need a sharp mind. Good or bad, good, whether you have a good trading strategy or not, sleep is very important. Sleep has become such an important part of my trading. If I don't sleep well, I don't trade. That's my number one rule. I didn't sleep well, or I woke up, the kids woke me, something happened in the house, I'm not trading. It's just a known thing. Sleep is my number one indicator. Your mind needs to be sharp. Foggy mornings, in fact, well, I don't know if you guys trade in the morning, but I do. You know when you wake up foggy, it's almost like you have a feeling, I'm not going to do well today. And guess what? You're not going to do well today. Okay, here we go. We're finally going to get that VWAP touch. Let's go. We're going to start punishing these bulls that have been hanging out up here thinking it's their day, their night. Time to flush. Let's take this elevator down. Let's go. But I got to go to bed soon. I got it. I hate to do this, but I got to turn it off at 10, man. Otherwise, I'm not trading tomorrow. It's either I win big tonight and stay late, so I don't have to trade tomorrow morning, but you know, New York is where it happens. That's where it happens for me. Maybe down the road, as I trade Asia a little more often, I'll make it a little more lucrative. Well, we had the introductions about an hour ago. I'm sure there's more new people. So earlier we got an idea of where everyone's at. We got South Carolina, we got Texas in the house tonight, we got California, Virginia, Arlington, DC. If you're new to the stream, feel free to drop a note. Where are you tuned in from? Earlier we got a whole geography. We had Brazil, Colorado in the house. All right, welcome to the stream. The Sketch Monkey, good to see you. Utah, I love Salt Lake City. I missed my Moab trip this year. I love jeeping up there. But yeah, Utah, love it. Colorado, Scottsdale, Fernando Sanchez. You're close, brother. I'm here in Chandler, Arizona. All right, Maryland. Okay, Dallas. Good stuff. We got a couple Arizona between the New York stream and this session. We have a couple of people from Arizona. Rick, all right, Surprise, Arizona. California, yeah, we got a couple, that other JC's in California, Caesars in California. All right, good. We got a little mix of everything. Not only do we have a mix of bulls and bears in position tonight, we got a little bit of everything in the map too. So I appreciate you all being on connected tonight. Unfortunately, NASDAQ didn't move tonight. Tonight was the night to scalp, not to be in a long position like this or building a long position, but too late now. Canada, do we have any Canada, eh? Anyone in Canada? I've been to Canada a couple times. Winnipeg, Calgary. I go to rodeo up there, Stampede. If anybody's in Western Canada, Stampede is probably one of the best rodeo events up there. Had a lot of fun up there. Fernando, thanks for tuning in, brother. Yeah, I do mainly New York. Mainly live stream New York session, 9:15 a.m. trading NQ. But this is my first full week doing the Asia or the late Asia session. So I think this is going to be part of next week. We'll do this 9:15 p.m. Eastern, 6:15 Central and Arizona time. Minnesota in the house. All right. Colorado. My last job, I was Colorado a lot. What is it? Englewood. Yeah, Englewood, Colorado. I think it is. Williams Jewelers of Englewood. Yeah, Englewood. Yep. Well, welcome to everyone. Tacoma, Washington. Sorry, gotta text. All right, so Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, I've been to Washington a couple times. Sorry, I got daughters texting me. There's a town in Washington that I used to go a lot to, Bellingham up there by the water. All right, guys, still nowhere. We're still debating the Bulls or the Bears. Who's gonna win? Stacks Network, welcome to the stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in, hopping on, dropping a note, dropping a message. Like I said, if you like the content, and I'm gonna do it now. This was my first week doing the Asia or late Asia, so maybe what I'll do is make this the 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific, Arizona, and we'll live stream every night. Try to get some trades in, win, lose, or draw. Have a good time. No drama, just trading. Good decisions, bad decisions, tilt. Let's just keep it real and raw. Well, welcome to the stream, Stacks, and to everyone, even if you're a little shy up there and just watching from the clouds. Appreciate you tuning in. Unfortunately, tonight NQ really didn't move much. It was more of a scalping night with some minis. I was trying to build something for the downside, and we got some bulls hoping to pump from here, and we're just not going anywhere. Trader Higgs. Man, I don't know what's... I should trade GC. I used to do oil, but lately I've been laser focused on NQ and NASDAQ. That's been pretty much what I do. Rick, I mainly trade NQ during the open, first hour, maybe first 2 hours. So it's more of a quick scalps, 20 into 200 SMA, along with VWAP, pivot points, and higher time frame levels. Today I was hoping I could build a longer position. I'm in a short right now, and got a couple guys here in a short and a couple in longs, but Rick, I don't trade ICT. I have nothing against ICT, by the way. Some of my best trader friends are very profitable with ICT. I haven't taken the time to learn ICT. Again, nothing against ICT. I think there are some of those fair value gap strategies are very profitable. My style is a little more quick, right? More of a scalping. I'm usually done within the first hour of the New York Open. So my style is more based on quick scalps, 20 into 200 SMA, VWAP, and using higher time frame levels as a base for entries and exits. Yeah, there's a lot of strategies. Even here on the stream, you got some bulls, you got some bears. So there's always going to be different strategies. I think every strategy at the end of the day works as long as you stick to it. You don't let emotions kick in. Although I've gotten to a point where I've had decent payouts and it's profitable, when I lose, it's because of bad habits, emotional trading, revenge trading, not because I'm following a strategy. If I follow my style, I'll be profitable. When I lose, it's because something threw me off. I maybe refused to take a small loss, and I compounded that. But it's usually battling myself as a trader when I lose big, not because of the strategy. And I think that applies to all strategies, whether you're ICT, whether you're Orb, right? 15-minute opening range breakout player, It all depends. You got to find the personality that works for you. And NQ just not moving. We're still stuck here with no direction. The ball. No, I'm not Italian. Although I grew up in New York and around where's King Caesar? The challenge is tilt. All right, I gotta call it. I gotta wake up if I want to trade tomorrow morning. I'm gonna have to call it pretty soon. What I'll do is I'll either close this or leave the stop and just put some type of take profit, and we'll see if I wake up in the green or not. This is insane. All right, everybody's saying it's gonna move in 2 minutes, so let's see if you guys are right. Rick, have a good night. Appreciate you stopping in. Thanks for tuning in. King Caesar makes a valid point. Tilt can happen 1 or 2 times a month, but that's all it takes to blow up. True. Tilt is tilt when it takes over, it takes over. And it can delete weeks of work in one session. It's 10 p.m. here in Arizona. So, yeah, it's 11, 12, 1 a.m. Eastern right now. Lena, I am in a trade. I'm in a short position with a stop up here. We got a couple guys in a similar short. We got longs in position as well in the chat. I think the bulls are winning. The longer this drags out, the better for the bulls. So I think what I'll do is leave the stop. I'm gonna probably, I haven't done this in a while, I'm probably just gonna leave it open for the night. I'll set a take profit somewhere down here and call it a night. Wake up in the red or in the green. On, yes, nothing burger tonight, man. At least not for now. I mean, I do think the bulls are going to get their play, but too slow. Too slow. And we just hit 10 p.m. and no fireworks at the hour mark either. What time are the algos at night? You got the 3:50 p.m. Eastern algo. What time do the algos kick in during the Asia? Nothing tonight, man. Jeez. $30 minutes? Oh, I can't. I'm gonna have to let the algos do their thing while I'm sleeping. I can't, man. I gotta trade tomorrow. You guys have been a great group, man. This is good. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna make it a point to come back. I know tonight's the last night for the week, But next week, make sure if you haven't done so, and if you like the content, right, hit that like, hit subscribe, and you'll start getting some notifications when I live stream. We'll do it 9:15 p.m. Eastern, 6:15 Pacific. Unfortunately, tonight we just didn't get price action. It was more of a scalping night, and I probably would have had a good time with some minis. All right, maybe we'll get the stop, and you know, it'll be a proper close to the stream. The trade got closed with a stop loss, and I would prefer to closing the trade. Nothing like transparency, right? Megamind, yeah, it's slow. It's also been slow during the morning session. New York session has been a quick move during the first 15 minutes, let's say half an hour. Then you have some crazy slow consolidation afterwards. So it's summer trading too. Wall Street's in the Hamptons. All right, Bulls, I think you're getting your move now. I think you guys are going to get your pivot point pop now. I think this is it, which would be perfect timing if we get stopped out here. And the bears that are in position, I think we may have to call it a night. There it is. There's the pop. Third attempt to push above 23,285. Damn, King Caesar off of 2 micros? You're making 900? Bro, that's good. It's solid trading right there. With 2 micros? That's solid trading. But like I said, you're king scalper. John Saldala, yeah, man, it hasn't hit my stop. It's been brutal. We're in like a 10-point range. We get excited over 7-point pops. All right, guys, but I do have to cut it short. Oh, man, I know it's 10 o'clock. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to wake up at 5:30 now. Yeah. Asia session is brutal, man. It was a scalping night. But it looks like we're going to get the close and I can end the stream. That way, you know, for transparency, I'd rather end it at a closed position, but I can't tell NASDAQ what to do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch next. If Monday is this slow, then maybe we'll have some fun with some minis, doing quick scalps. I thought I was going to be able to build a position here, or at least see some direction in that position sooner. But as I'm looking at this price action, this is scalping price action. I could have lost a lot or made a lot scalping. John, Asia session is all you trade? Nice. Like I said, my only session for a while has been New York. But I'm going to hop on Asia a little more frequently. And obviously it's a different style, but Nothing wrong with learning or applying different strategies to different price action. Privilege and power, we'll find out. I mainly scalp during New York. But the king of scalping is Mr. Caesar. That guy could put 100 trades in 5 minutes and walk out in the green. But for me, mainly it's scalping. I rarely build positions during the New York session. Actually, I don't. My trading in New York first, because I'm usually done within the first hour or two. If I'm still trading an hour after 2 hours, it's usually because I'm in the red, trying to recover. So it's mainly scalping. That other JC, you're out. Yeah, man, I'm gonna call it. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, but it just didn't get any price action today. It was definitely a scalper's night. Have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys, for all you traders, for the Asia or London or night session. I'll see you guys on Monday. I'll do this again, 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 p.m. Pacific. Have a great night. It was a good time to see you guys all. Thanks for all the support. If you haven't done so, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys next week. And for the New York traders, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good night.